Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2, or part 2, or however you want to say it, of a series which I don't actually have a name for yet. This is a series where I go on Roblox, play Tiny Sailor's World, and try to sail the last routes of ships that didn't make it. So, like, ships like the Titanic. I sailed Titanic's route already, made it to New York. This is only episode 2, so I can't really do anything else. Well, I didn't do anything else. I am doing the Carpathia this episode. So if you don't know about anything about the Carpathia other than Titanic, it was the rescue ship of the Titanic. Carpathia was actually sunk by a torpedo attack in July of 1918. And she was sailing from Liverpool to Boston. Now, obviously, neither Liverpool or Boston are in this game. But the closest we can get is Southampton and New York. And they are pretty close to each other in real life. Well, decently close to each other in real life anyways. From my account anyways. So you may notice that this isn't the skin of the Carpathia. This isn't what she looked like when she rescued Titanic. And that's because she was actually a passenger ship. She was I don't want to say warship. She was a transport during World War One. I don't want to say she was a troop ship, to be honest with you, because I don't think she really had any troop service, apart from transporting troops. But yeah, I don't know the whole thing of Carpathia, what happened to her during the war. There's not many known incidents. I did make an entire history video on her, but yeah. I don't think she had this dazzle camouflage, because in a photograph of Carpathia, taken by U-55, the U-boat that torpedoed her, there's a photograph of Carpathia sinking from that U-boat, and you can see a black hull with a white superstructure. That might be an illusion. It might just be an illusion. So it's, I guess it's generally accepted, but also not, that Carpathia looked like this when she rescued Titanic's survivors. But it's during wartime, and so I'm gonna have it like this. Of course, this time I didn't have PvP on last time because it wasn't wartime, but this time I am going to have PvP on, so that means anybody in a U-boat can, they can torpedo me and sink me. This series is not completing the last voyages of famous ships. It is trying to complete the last voyage of famous ships. So that essentially means if I sink, I was not successful. So I do have the correct amount of passengers aboard that were actually on the Carpathia. So yeah, let's get started. So we have to go around Southampton a little bit to actually face New York. But again, that shouldn't be much of an issue. Also, I can only go 14 knots. So, and that is the more or less accurate speed that Carpathia could go in her lifetime. So I'm probably gonna have to go through Halifax on the way. Like most trips with most ships, if you go from Southampton to New York, you're probably gonna have to go through Halifax for fuel. But again, it's not the most accurate thing in the world. It's only a game, and I'm not too worried about it. So, yeah, let's just circle Southampton real quick, and we'll be on our way. Okay, now we are facing towards New York. Okay, so I'm fairly certain I am now in the vicinity of a minefield, because there's an island. You can't see it because there it is. There's an island over here, and I know for a fact there is a minefield somewhere around here. But, again, as I said in the last episode, if it is during a voyage during wartime, I am going to attempt to not look at the bottom of the ocean, because then you can see the mines, and that's not very fair, is it? I see the Normandy over here. Obviously, the Normandy is not in our time frame, but, Yeah, we're gonna ignore that. It's a nice sight to see anyways, even if it isn't a game. Okay, now there's another island here. I think I have passed the mine range, but I believe there is an AI U-boat down here, so still gotta be careful. Also, another thing, not sure if it's accurate. I'd assume it is because, again, wartime, but for other ships anyways, this is an accuracy, not turning on your lights. If you are a troop ship, try not to have any lights on. That's a fatal mistake on the Wilhelm Gustloff. I believe they had their navigation lights on, which let S-13 see them and torpedo them and sink them. But on other ships, even some passenger ships, probably most passenger ships, it was advised that you smoke in the smoking room or in your cabin with the curtain closed. Because, yeah, smoke gives off a light. So, yeah. I hope I don't ground on these rocks, but I kind of don't want to steer away. No, I'll be fine. Also, the thing is that I already survived farther than what the Carpathia did. The Carpathia was sunk just off of Britain and lies in pretty shallow water. I'm already, like, almost to Canada now, Halifax. So, I've already made it farther than the Carpathia did. I'm also just gonna attempt to follow the shipping lane, because I know the shipping lane won't guide me to rocks, and I'm gonna try not to use nighttime binoculars either, because that's kind of cheating. They didn't really have those back then. Or maybe they did. I don't know. Probably not. Unless I'm just stupid. No, I know they definitely didn't, because then they would have definitely used those on Titanic. Well, if they could find... Anyways. I know the shipping lane won't guide me to rocks, so yeah, and I'm also approaching Halifax, too. I'm heading into Halifax Harbor. So yeah, of course, not accurate, because, you know, it wasn't on Carpathia's route, at least as far as I know, it wasn't on Carpathia's route. But it does give us more fuel, so that's kind of what I'm going for. We're just gonna pretend like Halifax, in this case, doesn't exist. How's that? Oh my god, I forgot about another accuracy. Closing the watertight doors. For most of the voyage, the watertight doors would be closed. So, halfway through the voyage... Oops. My bad. Oh well. Get a nice view of the Carpathia from here anyways. I'm about to collide with the tender, and it somehow didn't sink. Okay. That's, okay. It somehow didn't sink, and it somehow didn't tear a giant hole in my hull. The bad thing is, when you have your watertight doors closed, it does slow your speed by like 2 or 3 knots. So now I'm only going 11 knots as opposed to the 14 I was going in. But once again, that's fine. Oh my god, I forgot about another inaccuracy. Or accuracy. Zigzag courses. These ships would have gone in zigzag courses. I'm not even going to attempt to do that this episode because it's probably far too late and I'd probably just ground. So, yeah. Okay, now I see a rogue wave in front of... Okay. Rogue wave just went bye-bye, I think. Oh, no, rogue wave's still here. Okay, well, it's nowhere near us, so that's good, because I know I don't have that much health. I only have 6,000 health. That's not that much. If a rogue wave hits me, I am, no doubt, dead. One thing oh, there's the Kaiser Wilhelm de Grosse. Is that Kaiser Wilhelm, or... That might be Crown Princess and Sicily. No, that's Kaiser Wilhelm. One thing I hate is that about this game, well, not about this game, just about the ships in this game, depending on what ship you have, if you're in a storm, the ship will do this. And I'm not saying that's not accurate, it's just really annoying. Especially when you're trying to make a video. There are always ways around it. Like the ballast tanks. But they have a 90-second cooldown, so, yeah, and they only work for so long, so. I'm not saying it's not accurate. In the right conditions, this would probably happen, but so annoying. Okay, I just heard a torpedo, meaning that there is an AI U-boat in the area, because there's always an AI U-boat somewhere around here. There's more than likely an AI U-boat. And those will deal damage to you even if you don't have PvP off. So you really gotta be sensible of those. So, if I do get torpedoed, most likely, rip to me. I hear a ship's whistle, and it was a Titanic whistle, meaning that it is probably a White Star Liner. I am in fog, so I'm actually gonna really do it real. And I'm going to slow down a little bit. Probably to 9 knots, I'd say. Good enough. But, yeah, see, there's the... Oh, there it is. Starboard wing. That is the Titanic, I'd say. No, that's the Britannic. Alright. Cool. Here a torpedo comes. Didn't hit me, but there is a U-boat in the area. I don't know. Oh, it's AI because I've been here before. I saw a little piece of treasure. I went to get it, and I was sunk. Yeah, not a nice place here. We are outside of New York, though, or I guess we can pretend it's Boston. That's what I'm probably going to put in the thumbnail. I'm probably going to put Carpathia docked and say HMT Carpathia in Boston or whatever. But yeah. I don't see a U-boat anymore. Well, I never saw a U-boat, to be honest with you, but I heard one, and I don't hear it anymore, so most likely stopped going for me. And here comes New York, or as it is, Boston. So, did I put my lights on? No, I didn't. Okay. So, I'm probably, again, there's no Pier 54. I'm pretty sure that's the Cunard Line Pier. There's no Pier 54 in New York. They only go up to like 30, I'm pretty sure, in each dock. But, I will just dock at a random pier because, well, there's no Pier 54, as I said. So, once I dock there, it's probably going to be the end of the video. I'm not going to say I got it yet. I succeeded yet, because I could still be sunk. There still could be, like, a U-boat, someone in a U-boat. Because I have been in a U-boat before and patrolled off of New York. Still very possible. You're most likely going to get probably maybe more ships at a dock. But that's probably a lie. Oh yeah, also it's not foggy anymore, so all ahead full we go. There's another White Star Liner in the distance. I'm assuming this one's the Titanic, because I don't see any gantry davits. Probably. Yeah, no, it's the Olympic. I can just see a see-through promenade. Yeah, that's the Olympic. Okay. Cool. Nope, I was wrong. This is the Titanic, although they are trying to run into me. So, there you go. We're gonna anchor real quick. They didn't have vehicle collision on, though, so all good for me. And we have arrived in New York, or as it is, as we're pretending Boston, with Queen Mary 2 just leaving the background. Definitely not in our time frame, but oh well. In the same port that I docked in last episode, actually, but that's probably just because it's right here. And yeah, so that's going to be the end of my video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it interesting, and I will see you all in the next one. So have a great day, everybody, and peace out.